I was probably 4 years into my cleaning business back when, so I would have been probably 26 or 27 years old. And one day there was a, kind of firm knock, almost pound at my front door at 9 o'clock in the morning. I remember looking through the peephole and, seeing 4 guys with bulletproof vests that said U.S. Treasury Department on. And at the same time, my phone was ringing, and it was the bank telling my wife at the time that the government had just seized my accounts. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They were coming in with a warrant. And I came to find out that my best friend's father, who was doing my accounting work, had embezzled from me and was stealing my matching taxes. You withhold taxes for your employees for Social Security, Medicare. He was stealing that tax and not paying it. And you go to jail for that.
Right.
And the reason he was doing the books and I knew nothing about it is because I had marginalized myself so much that I spent the first half of my life believing that I was dumb and that I was stupid and that, anything to do with like the business side of the business, I would let somebody smarter than me do. Let me go out. I'll go out and I'll hustle, I'll hump, I'll work, I'll sell, I'll clean toilets. But when it came time to doing the accounting or anything with the computer, I immediately marginalized myself.
Right.
And so I didn't understand business math. I didn't understand, what a profit and loss was, what a AR report, accounts receivable or accounts payable report were, general ledger. I knew none of those things.
You probably weren't motivated to learn either. You didn't care.
Yeah. Well, look, I figured, my goodness, I solved the problem. I can buy my way out of this one. But the driving belief was not that I was too busy, because now I'm in a different position. Now I have a complete understanding of it. I have a full accounting department, but I'm just too busy to do it. But I understand it.
Yeah.
And I might even understand it better than some of my accountants,
Yeah.
And had I not had that happen in my life, I would never have learned business math. I would never have been able to look at my profit and loss statement, look at my expense report, my general ledger, any of those things that are so critical for an entrepreneur to understand. And we have a program called Designing Your Empowered Business, and we were doing one of our live days with the participants, and I was saying, you've got to know your numbers. Like you've got to know your business numbers. You got to know them cold. You got to know what your accounts receivable are, what your payables are. You got to know, every line item in your P&L. You got to at least have a feel for where you are, and I didn't. And now when I look back, I look at that period of time in my life that I had defined as awful, as a nightmare, and why God did you do this to me, and all that comes with it. I realized, wow, this was probably the best thing. And for those of you who were in Think and Grow Rich or are regulars in these lessons, Roddy and I will say something to the effect at some time in a lesson where it's when our back is right up against the wall that's when we stand our tallest, right? That's when we can stand up and then begin to move forward. But sometimes it takes that.